DIYers, hey, what's going on? Mike Boards with the Mike Boards channel. Thank you for watching. We're talking boats today, and in the event that your oil pressure gauge is not registering oil pressure, that's a big deal. That's a problem. In today's video, we're going to talk about the common causes that lead to that. Let's take a look. Making our way out in the garage in front of us is a 1989 Glassport, and it's got a 3.0 Mercruiser or GM inboard with an Alpha 1 Gen 1 outdrive. And again, in the event that your oil pressure gauge is not working, let's talk about some common causes. Stepping up and inside our boat and behind the steering wheel is our instrument cluster or gauges, and to the left, the upper left-hand corner, as you see the oil pressure gauge, 0 to 80 psi. That will play a significant role or factor when purchasing the part we are going to talk about next inside the engine compartment. Take a step back, and again, in the event that you have your engine running and all of your gauges are working properly, including your engine temp, power trim, RPM, volt, fuel. However, you've got 0 psi on your oil pressure gauge, not good. Making our way back to our 3.0 liter Mercruiser or GM inboard engine, and coming to the starboard side and down to that part right there. Just recently replaced, DIYers. This is our oil pressure sender, and you can see the electrical wiring feeding into the threaded stud, and that feeds into additional electrical wiring. And that makes its way all the way up to the pressure gauge on our instrument panel that we just showed you. And DIYers, this is no doubt the most common cause in the event that your pressure gauge is not registering any PSI when your engine is running. Long story short, you have a faulty oil pressure sender, that little black canister that screws into the actual engine block. Scrolling above right now, as well as down below in the comments and description, video link number 1 will show the steps to replace that. Definitely check that out. However, again, that is common cause number 1. Common cause number 2, let's head back to the instrument panel. Making our way back to the instruments and gauges, and common cause number 2, the oil pressure gauge itself is faulty, and that will need to be replaced, coming under where you have all of your electrical wiring and access points, and you can replace your oil pressure gauge. Making our way back to the engine, again, a quick recap. Common cause number 1, your oil pressure sender canister right there. Common cause number 2, the pressure gauge on your instrument panel is faulty. However, if those two are not the items, in other words, you have replaced those parts and you are still not registering any PSI on your gauge, it is your oil pump down below, inside your oil pan. And that will need to be replaced. However, again, that is very unlikely in the event that it is an OEM oil pump. Those don't just fail. However, your pressure sender does fail, and your gauge can fail. Replace this part first, and likely it will solve your issue. Thanks again for watching. Down below in the comments and description, video link number 2 is to our playlist that shows every single DIY repair or replacement on this inboard engine, as well as a full rebuild of the Alpha 1 Gen 1 outdrive.